This colony was growing at the top of my reef in my 480 system. Right up there. And it was starting to shade a lot of the other corals. So I decided I was going to chop it down and relocate it to another place. So I went ahead and cut through the base. The base was very thick, as you can see. And I decided to do a biopsy because this is a very healthy coral. It's got no signs of infection with any parasite. And it's been growing very well with excellent coloration. So I decided to take the base where the parasites normally are. They're normally living inside the gastrovascular cavity. And I went ahead and cut a piece off. So I did a biopsy right through the base, and I'm putting it under the microscope to take a look and see if I can find any parasites in it. I already know there's not going to be any parasites because I've done this experiment before. Healthy corals don't have the parasites, but I thought I'd bring you along for this one. So we'll turn down the light a little bit because it's a little bit too bright. So what you're seeing here is a magnified view through the microscope of all the channels and spaces basically within the coral skeleton. It's very porous. And I started looking around, and first thing I could tell you is there's no parasites here. I didn't find a single one. What I did find was that the acroskeleton is extremely porous. Acroporas have large spaces. These are the spaces of their gastrovascular cavity. That's where all their digestion of food occurs. So food comes in through the polyp pulls it down into these spaces where they're lined with an epithelium that has zooxanthella and coral epidermis cells. And you can see some of those right here. And once again, looking around the entire core, there was absolutely not a single parasite to be found. This is the outer zone here. This is kind of like slicing a tree down and cutting through its trunk and then counting the rings. Except we're not really counting rings. We're just looking at the gastrovascular cavity of the coral. Once again, you can see that the spaces are lined by an epidermis, or a layer of cells that belong to the coral, and there are zooxanthella within those layers. And this is again a healthy specimen of a coral, an Acropora cross-section through its trunk. Okay, no parasites.